Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up historic 2025 Pride Month. In 2025, is Pride a protest or is it a party? As June Pride Month begins today, LGBTQ plus communities across the globe prepare for another Pride Month. But in 2025, the mood is shifting. The long-standing debate is louder than ever. Is Pride still a protest, or has it become just another party? Each year, Pride parades fill the streets with celebration music and rainbow merch. For many, it's the highlight of the queer calendar. But beneath the glitter, a deep conversation is stirring. That tension between celebration and activism has become more urgent this year. Across the U.S. and beyond, queer rights are under threat. Political rollbacks, growing transphobia, and hate crimes have forced many to rethink how they show up for Pride. While major Pride events are still able to attract sponsorships and celebrities, many queer people are calling on organizers to shift focus. Community activists suggest that the demand should be less corporate branding and more support for grassroots activism. Others suggest the aim should not be to cancel the celebration, but to center justice. Pride began as a protest. In 2025, what will be the headline for this June Pride Month? Oh, well, let's get into it. Pride Month is here, and baby, the question is louder than ever. Is Pride still a protest, or has it become just a party? Well, listen, I love me a parade. I love the looks, the music, the messy moments. I'm a Latina lesbian, okay? I was born for this stage. But let's not act like everything's cute right now, because it's not. Across the country, our rights are being stripped. Trans folks are being targeted, and hate crimes are rising everywhere. And meanwhile, some of these Pride events, they're looking more like a corporate music festival with rainbow logos than a movement rooted in resistance. Let's remember where this all started. Stonewall wasn't a sponsored event. It was a riot. It was Marsha. It was protest. It was survival. So yes, throw on your glitter, shake something, kiss whoever you want, but let's keep this Pride grounded in purpose. Let's remember why we're here and what we're fighting for. Let's remember that this all started as a protest, and Trump won't silence us no matter what.
Well, there has been this increase recently all across the country. There are protests against this term. It's really exciting. There's on the 14th, which is in 2 weekends away. There's the day of he's having his fake ass parade in DC. There's all these No King's Day parades all across the country. So you can still take part in these things. There are still protests, and it's a nice mixture of both pride and protest. I've been to a couple of these things, and there's lots of queer people there, so you can see people are energized, and I think it's a good starting off point. Attend some of those protests, but then make it part of your Pride celebration as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everything, right? As we've attended many Pride festivals, right? And sometimes it leans more party, sometimes it leans more protest, and it continues. It depends, like what type of political climate we're in, right? So it's like this whole invitation to our community right now to get present, to like recognize where we're living right now, recognize our environment, the world we're living in, and our responsibility to each other, like using our voices in these stages and these moments where we all come together and where our voice is louder than ever. We have media watching us. We have people looking, report, everyone is involved, and everyone, the live streaming goes crazy. All of that stuff, there's a lot of visibility in that moment. We have to use this moment effectively, intentionally, and consciously. And we have to make sure that along with that party, that we're able to also like bring the protest, because we cannot back down. There still is the saying, silence equals death, and silence will equal our death if we're not careful.
And what better time than a Pride parade where the attention is on us to make some statements, to make some points? That's the time to do it.
I mean, right now, the biggest thing, Pride is a protest, but the biggest thing you can do is learn who your city council members are, learn your local city councilors, learn who your state reps are, your senators, right? Volunteer for a candidate that supports LGBTQ plus rights. Don't just vote in the presidential election. The biggest thing you could do right now, instead of partying at Pride, is learn government. Be active in your local government. Be active in whether you're Republican or Democrat, because our community is a spectrum, right? But there are members of both parties that support the community. Learn who your government officials are and get involved. Don't just think of this as a time to party and dance and, you know, hang out with friends. Like learn your rights, like fight for the causes and the communities that you care about.
And that's a wonderful point, Angel. So wonderful that at these parades, a lot of the servants, the civil servants, go out there to support us and take note of the ones that are there. Go up to them and shake their hand, write their name down, and do your little research on that. You know what I mean? Josie ran for office. She knows that support is needed, wanted, and like that's why they go to Pride, because they want you to know that they're standing up for your rights.
Well, and if they aren't there yet, this year they should have people registering people to vote at the festival. If they're not doing it yet, they should make a point of being there to do that.
And if you want to register someone to vote, right, you know, whichever party you're part, right, you can do that. You can go to your local party and you can figure out how to register other members, because so many of our community members are not even registered. They don't even use that political power. So this is the best time to get involved. If you care about the LGBTQ plus community, you know, do something extra. Learn who your representatives are and call them, tell them you support legislation that supports our community. Tell them that you're upset.
Campaign for them. I'll say that. You know, help raise money for them. Get their message out.
Yeah, volunteerism is the key. It really is. It's how, and that's another way to celebrate Pride, right? You notice, okay, go help these people that are running. Go help this nonprofit, right? Go, you know, maybe you don't have the money, but you have the time to dedicate to them. Maybe you're a really good web designer and you can help them pro bono. Who knows what you can do, right? But that's a great way to show pride as well, and it's helping the future front that we need to get. You know, midterms are right around the corner, folks. Right? And I sure wish that people are working towards that, because they're right around the corner.
Yes.
And that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.